Georgia tight end Brock Bowers from the national champions, from the rather football deficient outpost of Napa, California. How are they celebrating a national championship back home?
There's a few more Georgia fans there than there were in years prior. So, it's nice to have that town rooting for me.
You had a relationship, obviously, with Stetson Bennett on the field. Obviously off the field, but on the field. You could finish each other's sentences. How is that developing with Carson, with Brock, whoever wins that job? Because it is still officially a battle. How do you get the reps in and develop that relationship?
Yeah, I think it just comes with time and reps. We've spent so much time with each other over the last 2 years I've been there. And through spring ball, through summer, we just get so many reps together. And coming up to fall camp, we're just with each other pretty much all day, every day. So it just comes with time, I feel like.
One of the obvious questions for all the dogs here, how do you stay hungry after winning 2 in a row?
Yeah, I think Coach Smart and the staff have done a really good job. Just like we do school sessions, and we talk about things that makes better. And one of the main things is better never rest, and the battle against complacency. So I think they kind of drilled that into our minds this off season.
Those are catchphrases. How does it drilled home?
I think, in our school sessions, we studied the All Blacks, which is a New Zealand rugby team, and they're like the winningest team over the last 100 years. So we've just done kind of like a little study, like a 6-week study on them, and it kind of just helped us get in that mindset and get in that mode.
Yeah, I saw that. They're a rugby team, one of the best in the world. Do you see video from them, or what do you take from that, from the eat off the floor?
Yeah,
concept?
that was kind of a big thing. Like I said, better never rest. And like for instance, one of their mantras was sweep the sheds, which is kind of how we took it. Was like there's no job like too small to do, and just it's as easy as like picking up water bottles or like trash off the floor. And we're the best. We got to do kind of all the small things right.
Did the TCU game seem easy? It looked easy. Did it, in the moment, was it easy?
I feel like the games are always easier than our practices because we go against that defense every day, and pretty much what I think is the best defense in the country, and I think the games always feel a little bit easier and slower than practice actually does. So I think that kind of goes in hand with all the games.
All right, can a tight end win the Heisman?
I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Do you think about it?
Not much, really. I think I see like some outside noise on Twitter and stuff, but I just go about my day and just try to capitalize every opportunity I get to get better, and I guess just focus on the season.
I don't know if the word is, do you feel like a tight end? Because obviously you're a non-traditional tight end. There's a lot of non-traditional tight ends, but you can line up anywhere. You can go outside. You can go in the slot. You can go tight. Does it matter, the position designation, to what you do?
Yeah, I feel like it doesn't really matter, and I think the coaches are going to put people in the positions to be the most successful. So wherever they put me and they trust me, I'll just do my job and do it to my best abilities, I guess.
What changes, if anything, in this year's offense? And if it does, are we going to notice it? Is it still Georgia football?
Oh yeah, it's still going to be Georgia football. We're still going to run the ball and run the ball right down their throats and air it out a little bit in the pass game. So it'll be pretty much the same.
Maybe not in Napa, but around town, around Athens, do you hear mention of 3 in a row? The fans on the street ask you about it, because that would be history. That's one of the things you're playing for this year.
Yeah, we see the outside noise and stuff, but I feel like we've done a good job about staying within ourselves and just kind of focusing on ourselves and not really worrying about the season and just getting to be the best we can be.
I know there's a story there, and it's probably a pretty good one. How did you get from Napa to Georgia? Where was the initial interest?
I think the initial interest was the opportunity to win a bunch of games. I think that was the main interest, and then I was the COVID class, so California was all shut down. I didn't play my high school season, and everything was open out here in the South and in the East, and I guess I was like, I want to be able to play and win games. So, would it have made a difference if you played?
that year, do you think, or not?
It might have made a little bit of a difference, but I'm looking at all the school options out there. It's kind of like in like bigger cities like Berkeley and LA and stuff like that. So I was kind of more interested in having like more college town, like Athens vibe. So.
Kamari Lassiter, defensive back at Georgia, a national champion with a national championship chain. Before we get into the real meaty stuff, tell us about the chain, where it come from.
So I got this chain recently, about during the spring. I saved up for it for a couple of years, and now I finally got it.
That's great. Do you have an NIL deal?
No, sir.
Wow, you're the outlier in college football, right? All right, what's it like to play in the defensive backfield for Kirby Smart, since that was his position? I'm sure he's over there quite a bit.
It's an honor, I take it as a blessing every day just to be back there, be back there with a group of guys that I'm with, I don't take it for granted. It's definitely an honor, and I take it very seriously.
What is the state of that defensive backfield now with Keely Ringo gone, with Christopher Smith gone? More leadership position for you, or how do you see that right now?
I definitely see myself as more of a leader this year, and I don't take that lightly. I know what I have to do in terms of leadership, and I'm doing my best, just to try to be that leader. And the defensive back group as a whole, is a group of guys that are very hungry, guys that have a lot to prove, and that are ready to play.
10 years from now, people ask you about that TCU game. How are you going to describe it? Or how do you describe it now? What am I talking about?
I'll just say that game was it was like a blur, like in the blink of an eye, it was over, but I enjoyed every moment of it, just to be able to play with that group of guys and accomplish the goal that we had set, at the beginning of the year. You can't ask for much more.
So the obvious question going forward is, can you guys do it again? Let me ask it a different way. How much do you hear of that in the off season? Fans, family, everything else?
You definitely hear from it, from the outside world, outside of the facility. But within the facility, we're not really too much focused on three-peating and all that. We're just focused on just trying to be the best version of ourselves, trying to uphold the standard and keeping the main thing. Your
coach has this saying, "Eat off the floor." I'm sure you've heard about it before. How do you guys stay hungry?
So it's just basically just battling complacency. Better never rest. So just doing the things that that it took to get there, just doing the little things right, whether it's putting your hand behind the line whenever we're sprinting, or just not jumping off sides on a 2 count. So just the little things.
Got to ask about the quarterback. You've got a new one, Carson Beck. How does he look from your side of the ball?
Carson looks great. I mean, him and the other quarterbacks, right. Really, they all look really good. Really poised guys that are really composed, and that are just really good at just being the head of the offense.
What goes through your mind when you hear the word dynasty applied to you guys?
Really nothing. I haven't. That's the first time that I've come across somebody saying dynasty. Whenever it comes to us, but I just really try and just focus on just playing ball.
Wait, that's the first time you've heard that during this run? You're going to hear a lot more about it.
Oh man.